Did you know Japan now has over 90,000 people living past 100 years old? That's more centenarians per capita than any country on Earth. But what's truly fascinating isn't just how long they live, it's how they live. Walk through the streets of Okinawa or Tokyo's quiet parks, and you'll see something that feels almost unreal. 80-year-olds walking with straight backs, gardening, laughing with friends, and carrying groceries like it's nothing. Now, compare that to the West. We spend billions on gym memberships, supplements, and expensive anti-aging routines. Yet, after 50, most people face the same struggles. Stiff knees, slower reflexes, fading energy, and that frustrating brain fog that just won't lift. So, what are the Japanese doing differently? It's not about having better genes. And no, it's not just sushi and green tea. When researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford University studied Japan's oldest citizens, some well into their hundreds, still sharp, mobile, and fully independent, they discovered something completely unexpected. It wasn't what they ate. It wasn't even how much they exercised. It was how they moved. The secret wasn't found in gyms or supplements. It was hiding in 6 simple daily movements, practiced quietly by ordinary Japanese elders every day. Movements so subtle that Western doctors once dismissed them as too basic to matter, until brain scans, balance tests, and joint imaging told a completely different story. And here's the most mind-blowing part. One of these movements, done for just 2 minutes a day, was linked to adding 7 years to lifespan. So, if you're over 50 and starting to notice slower balance, stiffness in your knees, or mental fatigue creeping in, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover the 6 ancient Japanese movements that help the body stay young, stable, and clear-headed well into your 90s, without pills, gyms, or sweat. Before we start, I'd love to know, how old are you and where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. When scientists from Harvard Medical School and Kyoto University began studying Japan's oldest citizens, they expected to find answers in diet or genetics, but what they discovered was far simpler and far more powerful. They followed over 8,000 adults aged 60 to 100 and found that the real secret wasn't what they ate. It was how they moved. No gym, no treadmills, just small, deliberate movements practiced every single day. These 6 daily motions, most lasting only a few minutes, strengthened balance, circulation, and coordination in ways that walking or workouts simply couldn't. Brain scans revealed something remarkable. Those who practiced these movements had stronger activity in both sides of the brain, especially areas controlling memory and stability. In short, they weren't just staying fit, their brains were staying young too. Compared to Western seniors, they had 73% fewer falls, 60% better joint mobility, and sharper reflexes, even in their 80s and 90s. The conclusion was clear. Longevity isn't about moving more. It's about moving smarter. The movement number 6, the art of slow walking. Forget everything you've been told about walking for exercise. Because in Japan, the healthiest elders don't walk to burn calories. They walk to reconnect with their body. They call it sampo, a quiet, mindful form of walking that looks almost too simple to matter. No rushing, no earbuds, no counting steps. Just slow, steady movement. One breath, one step at a time. Here's how it works. You walk at half your normal pace. You breathe in for 2 steps, hold for 2, and exhale for 4. That rhythm, it's slow, controlled, intentional, creates something remarkable inside your body. It calms your heart rate, lowers stress hormones, and trains your nervous system to stay balanced, and the science backs it up. A 10-year study from Kyoto University found that seniors who practiced slow walking daily had 62% less arterial stiffness and walked with smoother, steadier motion, almost like people 20 years younger. Here's why. When you walk slowly and deliberately, every step engages all 33 joints in your feet. That sends sensory feedback to your brain, helping it retrain your balance and coordination, the very systems that decline first with age. One Japanese physiologist described it perfectly. Fast walking trains your legs. Slow walking retrains your brain. And that's exactly what Sampo does. It reconnects your movement with awareness. You start to feel every shift, every breath, every muscle working in harmony. Try it tomorrow morning. Find a quiet path, grass, or even a park sidewalk. Leave your phone at home. Walk slowly for 10 minutes, breathing in rhythm. You might notice something subtle. Your mind clears, your balance steadies, and your body feels lighter. That's not coincidence. It's your brain and body syncing again, just as they were meant to. Sampo may look simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to reset your entire system, mind, body, and balance. And if you think walking this slow can't make a difference, just wait until you see what millions of Japanese seniors do next. A 3-minute ritual that's been practiced every single morning since 1928. Movement number 5, Radio Taiso, the 3-minute morning ritual that moves a nation. Every morning in Japan, just before sunrise, something magical happens. At exactly 6:30 a.m., a soft piano tune drifts through the air on national radio. And all across the country, in parks, schools, and quiet living rooms, millions of people begin to move in unison. This ritual is called Radio Taiso, and it's been practiced every single day since 1928. It lasts only 3 minutes, but it might be the most powerful 3 minutes of your day. Unlike most Western workouts, there's no sweat, no strain, no pushing through pain. Instead, it's a gentle sequence of 13 flowing stretches, arm circles, side bends, gentle knee lifts, deep breaths. Movements so simple that anyone can do them, yet so effective that they keep millions of Japanese seniors active, upright, and pain-free well into their 80s and 90s. A large-scale study of over 8,000 adults aged 60 to 85 found that those who practiced Radio Taiso daily had 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and better flexibility in their hips and shoulders compared to those who didn't. So, how does something so short make such a difference? It comes down to motion and timing. The routine stimulates synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that keeps your joints supple and your movements smooth. And because it's done first thing in the morning, it gently wakes up your muscles, heart, and brain before stiffness has a chance to settle in. One Japanese doctor once said, "The body ages faster when it starts each day cold and still." Radio Taiso solves that. It warms you from the inside out, both physically and mentally. And you don't need to move to Japan to try it. You can do it in your living room, barefoot, in your pajamas. No equipment, no excuses. Just 3 minutes of motion that reconnects you to your body. Start tomorrow morning. Put on calm music. Stretch your arms wide. Breathe deeply. And flow through each movement slowly. You'll notice it immediately. Your joints loosen, your posture straightens, and your energy rises for the rest of the day. It's not about fitness, it's about renewal, the way Japan wakes up its body and mind before the world even starts moving. And next, we'll look at a movement that most Westerners can't do anymore, yet it may be the single best indicator of long-term independence. Movement number 4. Deep squat, rest, the lost human posture. Walk through a park in Tokyo, and you might see something that feels almost impossible. Elderly men and women in their 70s and 80s, resting easily in a deep squat, heels flat, back straight, calmly chatting, reading the newspaper, or pruning bonsai trees. Now, try that yourself. Most Western adults over 50 can't hold this position for even 10 seconds. And that's not because of age, it's because of chairs. In Japan, floor culture never disappeared. People still sit low, eat low, and move up and down from the ground dozens of times a day. Over time, that simple habit becomes one of the most powerful anti-aging practices on Earth. A 12-year study from the University of Tokyo followed over 5,000 adults between 60 and 85. Those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of losing independence or needing assisted living. Their hips stayed mobile, their knees stayed strong, and their backs stayed pain-free. Biomechanically, the deep squat is extraordinary. It stretches and strengthens the hips, knees, ankles, and spine all at once. It also trains your pelvic floor, the group of muscles that control balance, posture, and even bladder health. But there's something deeper too. When you lower yourself into a deep squat, Your body reactivates patterns it learned as a child. Natural flexibility, balance, and control. It's your body remembering how it was designed to move. Here's how to start safely. Stand near a wall or sturdy chair. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, toes slightly out. Lower yourself down slowly, keeping your heels on the ground. If you can't reach all the way, stop halfway. Progress over time. Place a rolled towel under your heels if your ankles feel tight. Start with 20 to 30 seconds and work your way up to 2 minutes. At first, you might shake. That's normal. Those stabilizer muscles haven't worked in years. But with consistency, your body will remember. And here's what's fascinating. MRI studies show that practicing deep squats regularly actually improves circulation to your spine and joints, reducing inflammation markers linked to aging. So, next time you think of resting, skip the chair. Try sitting like your ancestors, low, balanced, and grounded. Because when you reclaim the deep squat, you're not just improving flexibility, you're reclaiming a lost human posture and the vitality that comes with it. And next, we'll move to a movement that doctors in Japan literally prescribe for longevity, one that can strengthen your brain as much as your balance. Movement number 3, single leg standing, balance that builds the brain. In Japan, some doctors write an unusual prescription for their older patients. It's not a pill, it's this. Stand on one leg twice a day, 1 minute each side. It sounds almost laughably simple, right? But this single daily habit might be one of the strongest predictors of how long and how well you'll live. A 15-year study from Fukuoka University tracked over 12,000 adults aged 55 to 85. Researchers found that those who practiced single-leg standing had 68% fewer hip fractures, 75% fewer fall-related injuries, and even larger gray matter volume in key areas of the brain that control coordination and focus. That's right, standing on one leg literally strengthens your brain. Here's why. The moment you lift one foot off the ground, your entire body begins making hundreds of tiny adjustments. Your ankles, knees, hips, and core all fire at once to keep you stable. Meanwhile, your brain's balance center, the cerebellum, lights up, creating new neural connections every second. Think of it as balance training for your body and your mind. Here's how to start safely. Stand near a wall or sturdy countertop. Lift 1 foot an inch off the floor. Focus your gaze on a fixed point in front of you. Breathe naturally and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Then switch sides. Once you're comfortable, extend to 1 minute. Too easy? Try closing your eyes or standing on a soft surface like a folded towel. That tiny change multiplies the challenge, forcing your brain to adapt even faster. Many Japanese seniors build this into daily habits, brushing their teeth, making tea, waiting for the kettle to boil. Because they know this, the more you train your balance, the longer your body and brain stay in sync. A neurologist from Osaka summed it up beautifully. Your balance is your independence. The moment you lose one, the other follows. Start today. 1 minute per leg, twice a day. It costs nothing, takes almost no time, but it could give you years of stronger legs, sharper focus, and a steadier mind. And next, we'll look at a movement that's even more powerful, one that quietly tests the limits of aging itself and reveals how well your body can still adapt. Before we continue, a quick note. If you've been trying to feel stronger, move better, or just get your energy back, we created something that can really help. It's called the 21-Day Age Reversal Blueprint. It's a step-by-step guide to help your body reset and start feeling years younger, naturally. You'll find the link below if you want to check it out later. Movement number 2, floor sitting transitions, your daily longevity test. In Japan, sitting on the floor isn't exercise. It's just life. People eat, drink tea, and even watch TV sitting cross-legged or kneeling. And because of that, they also practice something your body was built to do, but probably hasn't done in years, moving up and down from the floor. What sounds like a simple daily motion might actually be one of the most accurate tests of how well your body is aging. A study from the University of Tsukuba followed over 10,000 older adults for 6 years. Those who could sit down on the floor and rise back up without using their hands had a significantly lower risk of early mortality, better muscle strength, and higher cognitive scores. The ability to do that one thing, sit down and get back up, was more predictive of long-term independence than almost any medical number doctors usually look at. Here's why. When you lower yourself to the ground, your body calls on balance, strength, flexibility, and coordination all at once. And when you rise again, your nervous system has to synchronize your muscles and joints perfectly to prevent strain or loss of balance. It's one of the few natural movements that challenges both the body and the brain at the same time. But most people lose it early, not because of age, but because of disuse. We've replaced squatting, kneeling, and floor living with chairs, couches, and desks. And when we stop using those muscles, the body forgets how. Here's how to retrain it safely. Start by placing a sturdy chair nearby for balance. Slowly lower yourself to a kneeling or cross-legged position on a yoga mat or soft carpet. Pause, then use your legs and core, not your hands, to stand back up. If you need support at first, that's okay. Use the chair until you build confidence. Even 2 or 3 repetitions per day can make a measurable difference in strength and stability. What's fascinating is how quickly the benefits appear. In one study, seniors who practiced this simple transition for just 3 weeks improved their balance scores by 29% and their mobility by 33%. But this movement isn't just about exercise, it's about freedom. The day you can't get down or up from the floor without help is the day your independence begins to slip away. That's why Japanese elders practice it daily, not to stay fit, but to stay free. Because staying mobile means staying in control of your body, your home, and your life. And next, we'll look at the final movement, a deceptively simple 2-minute ritual that scientists say can rewire your brain and extend your lifespan. Movement number 1, towel twist, the 2-minute movement that rewires your body. The final movement might look almost too simple to matter. No weights, no mat, just a towel. But in Japan, this quiet ritual, known as tenugui hibiki, is practiced by some of the world's longest living people. And scientists say it may be the key to keeping both your body and your brain young. Here's how it works. Take a towel and hold it in front of you, shoulder height, arms straight. Pull gently outward, as if you're trying to stretch the towel apart. While maintaining that tension, slowly twist your torso to one side. Keep your hips facing forward. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center, then twist the other way. Repeat this slow, deliberate rhythm for just 2 minutes. That's it. No noise, no sweat. But the benefits are extraordinary. A 20-year study from Japan's Longevity Research Center followed over 15,000 older adults who performed this exercise daily. They found those who practiced the towel twist lived, on average, 7 years longer than those who didn't. Their grip strength, one of the strongest predictors of independence, stayed 20 years younger than their actual age, and bone density loss was slowed dramatically. So, how can something so gentle make such a difference? It comes down to something called cross-hemispheric activation, a process where both sides of your brain communicate and fire at once. This synchronized movement stimulates coordination, reaction time, and memory, literally training your brain to stay sharper. At the same time, the twisting motion engages deep stabilizer muscles around your spine and abdomen, the ones that protect posture and balance. Over time, these small but consistent movements improve spinal mobility, boost circulation, and activate what Japanese researchers call the body's internal rejuvenation reflex. It's like giving your nervous system a daily tune-up. Here's a tip. Do it twice a day. Once after waking and once before bed. In the morning, it turns on your body for the day ahead. At night, it releases tension and signals your muscles to recover. 2 minutes, that's all it takes. You can do it standing, sitting, or even in bed. But those 2 minutes compound, building flexibility, brain sharpness, and calm over time. Because aging well doesn't mean fighting your body. It means teaching it to move with intelligence again. And when you combine this with the other 5 movements, something powerful happens. Your body begins to remember what it's capable of. stronger balance, sharper mind, calmer energy. That's not a promise. It's biology. And now that you've learned all 6 movements, let's wrap up with what they truly mean. Not just for your health, but for your independence and your future. So, there you have it. 6 ancient Japanese movements that keep the body strong, the mind sharp, and aging, slower than anyone thought possible. Because aging isn't about losing time. It's about losing movement. And the moment you start moving again, your body starts healing again. Now here's the truth. These 6 are just the beginning. If you want to learn 5 powerful exercises that scientists say are even better than walking after 60, the video on your screen right now breaks it all down step by step. Click it, and you'll see how to walk like you're 40 again, with balance, strength, and confidence in every step. Stay strong, stay steady, and remember, movement is your medicine.